Welcome, boys and girls. I'm Sakuba Winters, and today we're here talking about some worries I have about the upcoming patch for Final Fantasy XIV's patch 7.2. Now, I know a lot of people are probably thinking, "Oh, he's going to complain about the main story quest." No, I'm not. I do not care. Wuklamot is nice. The story is nice. It's not woke or any stupid crap like this. I'm actually caring about the actual things in the game. Like some of the things they showed off in the latest live letter. And while they only showed basic little slides about certain things, and while they will go more in depth in the part 2 live letter, which they'll probably show around next month, a few weeks before the patch actually comes out, so probably middle of March, early or middle of March. We do have a bit of information, but even though I don't think the things I'm worried about will actually be discussed in the part 2 live letter. Like the first one, we're bringing back the frontline match, Borderland Ruins is secure. And wow, that's great. The map is, looks like it's going to be cool. I always liked it. It was an okay map, but nobody played it. And if they don't make this one change, no one will continue to play it. While people will still play it a bit more than they used to, mainly due to there's only going to be one map at the time, for that day, due to how the map rotation is. But that is simply, there was no 100 win achievement for secure. And there has to be one when it comes back. Some kind of like the little satellite things you have to destroy, have that be a rideable mount. Like that's all they really got to do. That's going to get people to actually play this mode. Because yes, you have the series reward things, and that'll get people to play it. And, with how the daily frontline maps go, yeah, it'll be fine. But I think this will definitely help people actually get in to play it. As I think if it doesn't, I think it's definitely going to be one of those, like, PvP is going to be a bit more dead and just have longer queue times for the map when it's, that day for Borderland Ruins. Next one, they did show off the dungeon. Dungeon's going to be fine. Raids are going to be fine. Then next, they showed off the raids. Though, for the Savage people, they didn't say if they're going to have a week gap between normal and Savage. Though, this has been, liked among the Savage people. I'm not a Savage raider, but this is a complaint that, or a concern that people would have, because you do kind of have to take, if you're going to take off work for it, you kind of have to do that a bit ahead of time. In a bit more than 2 weeks, a couple weeks is a bit nice. I think most employers would like that. But either way, you have the trial, they showed off. The new trial is going to be fine. That's going to be tied to main story quest. Have Unreal, they showed off. Suzaku, that's going to be fine. But next, the major one is Cosmic Exploration. While this will be very similar to the Ishgard Restoration and mainly the Diadem area, or at least the last form of Diadem, and the very gathering-centric of the place. All you're doing in there is just gathering stuff. So you can leave the area and craft stuff. So, my big thing here, my big worry is, are they going to have an achievement similar to the Tetraodon mount? Because this is easily one of the worst grinds in the game. Because while the gathering one, what you needed is you needed 500,000 points for botanist, miner, fishing, and all 8 crafters. Well, all 8 crafters sounds like a big pain in the ass. It's actually not that bad. Because I think it was around 2,000 like max point crafts to get 500,000 or something like that. Wasn't that bad. And even if you do it late, having like the next expansion's gear is gonna make crafting those recipes so much easier. What it comes down to is the gathering one. While fishing, not too bad. The mining and botanist ones was so mindless and so just arduous. It's just go from gathering node to 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 node for hours and hours and hours on end for literally over a month. Like if you just from start to finish, you need 1,000,000 points because it's the same pretty much gathering for both mining and botanist. And it's gonna take you around a month of nothing but gathering to get the Tetraodon mount. And it is so unbelievably boring because one main thing, and especially like it could be faster, but they decided to not make a change. When they did ultimately make a change to gathering, they didn't make it for the diadem. And that is simply the change from high quality to the extra gathering items. Because you can't gather high quality items in the diadem because there are no perception chance. You need to at least have some percentage of the ability to get any high quality chance. Because you didn't need high quality items for the diadem, you don't get the new change, and that is the additional items you get. Instead of high quality, you just get 1, or you can use the skill to get 2. But because they don't have the perception chance, you can't use any of these skills. The only skills you can use to get any more items was the King's Yield. I don't know if that was a name for both classes, but it's essentially 500 GP, and I think it gave you 2 additional items per gather, and that was it. And you couldn't get any of the like passive buffs and just gather. Hopefully, because this change is happening after, this area is done. Hopefully, these nodes will have a perception chance and be able to utilize these abilities, because the gathering was just so boring in Diadem. Hopefully this will be a bit better. While there may be more things similar to the Koopa lottery that the Firmament had, there's most likely going to be something like that for Cosmic Exploration. Though I do not think there's going to be as many purchasable items, or at least like all the cool mountain minions, as there was in the Firmament, mainly due to a lot of the items from there came from the original version of the diadem. It was the Hunting Hawk and the Pegasus mounts you got as achievements for doing stuff in the battle, like 1.0 diadem. So since they removed all those achievements because you can't get them anymore, they just put them for the Sky Steel scripts. Wow, that's a bit more of a tongue twister than I thought. But since they don't have all those mounts and minions, already in the game, I don't see as many going to be put into the shop for the Space Steel scripts. Whatever that happens to be. But overall, like, as long as they don't have this just mindless achievement. That's just so stupidly grindy. I don't think it'll be too bad. Another thing is, see that the little tournament they had, the little contest, it was the get top 10 or top 12 in your server. You can get a title for getting top 12 or at least up to top 100. But they did it based on what gathering class you were, so that was really a weird thing that they had for Ishgard Restoration, but they only ran it once per patch, while the reward was the same for the last 3 patches of Shadowbringers. It was so incredibly stressful to get, because all you did was just craft for like 12 days straight. You just had to mindlessly craft for 12 goddamn days, or however long it was. I'm pretty sure it was 12 days. And also, I think the first time they did it was the same time they had an ultimate. So that was, they got screwed out of that. And they also did a very bad job of like, hey, this is a one-time thing, so you really want to focus on it. Which did actually help me out, because I ended up being top 12. I ended up being the lowest scoring person to get top 12, but I still made top 12, so yay. But they did at least say in previous live letters or one of the fan fests that people weren't exactly very pleased with this, so there was some unfavorable sentiment to this, and I will absolutely side with them, and hopefully they won't do this. So at least they said there's probably not going to have the same exact thing if they're going to have any kind of ranked system like that. So that at least has that worrying to, at least as long, I don't mind if they have a kind of rank system, as long as it's not permanent. Because if you ever want the like Saint of the Firmament title, too bad, you can't get it. Like they ran it once, twice, thrice, and that's it. If you couldn't get it either of those times, that's it. But the next thing they discussed was the field operations, the Occult Crescent, and I think this will be fine. I think this will be fine. We have the Phantom Jobs is the new gimmick this time around. And my thing, and I don't really have too much on a worry, more of a curiosity of how will this function? Like, will we have the gems system that we've had in like all the other ones? The last one we had all the crystals to get the job actions, or not the logos actions that we can equip. Well, you'd have to get those crystals from getting all the different monsters, and there were, 20 or so different ones to get. Are the Phantom Jobs going to be permanent? Do we just equip them whenever we get them when we want? And if we do we have any kind of current? Because one thing with this, and this isn't so much a worry, but it definitely is a thing that can keep it decently more relevant and have more people do it, is that there's a lot of money to be made off of the crystals that can be used for actions that were from Eureka and Bajda. So if there's a lot less need for that, you're probably going to see it die off a lot quicker, and maybe not have people have the kind of need to go in here. And, because hell, there'd be people just doing, not even bothering to do relics or anything. They were just out farming crystals to make some bank. Which also, thank you for people who do that and do the reflect farming and just be in a group that's doing something completely else. Because if they get gems, you would also get them as well. So if you did that, thank you, because I was definitely in quite a few parties that did that. So we have, and that's pretty much it. So I thought there was more, but yeah, they have the relics. The relic's gonna be fine. They'll have, oh yes, there was one last thing, and that is duels. They didn't mention anything about duels in this, whether we're gonna have them, which you had in Bastia, which for me, I didn't mind the duels being hard, because I do like the fact that you could cheese the hell out of them with a specific set of actions in Bastia, so at least you can have some sort of effect of unsinking them if you like got all the abilities, which was nice, which hopefully we can have some kind of ability to do that. That was really good because I didn't want to have to learn all those damn duels. But the main thing for me was the getting into the duels. I didn't mind having to do the fate and, you know, not get attacked. That's fine. But it's the, okay, I'm ready to do the duel. And you only get to pick one person. And that person has no idea what the hell they're doing. And it's like, great. Great, I've been farming these enemies to make the fate to get into this duel spawn. And some dude that has no idea what the hell they're doing. And they're dead. And the fight starts. And they just die instantly. It's just like, god damn it. So, as long as they just have a better system for that. Maybe get like a ticket. And just like, you just get an item and you can just use it outside of the area. And you can challenge a monster and just not have to deal with like a queue system. So you don't, you know, like, oh, somebody else pick. You can just use it whenever you want. Would be nice. But outside of that, just make sure the relics are cool. That's another big one, because the Eureka ones are kind of trash. At least the end ones were. Bastia was pretty cool. Actually, you know what? The last Bastia one, not that cool. Now that I think about it, they were okay. But considering the cool islandy theme that we're going to get, probably have some cool effects. But either way, I think that's it for my concerns, at least what I think of so far. I guess the only other one, yeah, I missed the Beast Tribe quest. We're gonna have Gathering quest. All I ask for is, since it's gonna be on Yoctel, put an Aetheryte in like the deep forest near where the 24-man raid like portal is. That would be great. Just make that easier. But outside of that, like, oh, what's gonna be the mount? I was just thinking that, like, because the Shadowbringers Gathering quest was the little pot of scree, they could do the funniest goddamn thing and have it be one of the, like, the children's urn from the C-Note be the rideable thing. Just have the same kind of pot, but it's just one of the urns from the C-Note. That would just be the most fucked up, hilarious thing they could do. But I doubt they're gonna do that. We're probably gonna get one of those little like rhino things that the people, that the lizard people whose names I'm completely blanking on, that we're gonna be helping. But either way, is there anything you're worried about in the upcoming trailer or upcoming patch? If so, what are they? Post them in the comment section. Leave a comment. Is there anything you're looking forward to? Also, you could leave a comment. Also, and please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. I've been Scuba Winters, and I hope you all have a very good day. Bye.